श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे श्रीगणेशशारदा गुरुभ्यो नमः। शिवाय गुरवे नमः. So in the last class we were discussing about avatars. Briefly we talked about the Purna Avatara, the Amsha Avatara, the Avesha Avataras, and continuing that, Suta is asking to narrate this Krishna Avatara to the Shaunagadi Maharshis. And why should Suta narrate it? Because they had Susrusha. That's what they are going to say. Susrusha means Srotum Icha, a desire to listen to Shastra. That's what they say. Guru Susrushaya Vidya Chaturthi Naiva Vidyate. The Chaturthi or Moksham, the fourth stage of life, after Dharma, Artha and Kama, Tad Navidyate, you will not be able to attain without Vidya. Because what is Vidya? Ya Vidya Sa Vimuktaye. That which is free, that which can obtain you freedom from the shackles of avidya, that is called as Vidya. And that can be attained only by Guru Susrusha. Why? Because in the Kamandikiya Niti Shastra, the 4th chapter, 22nd verse in Kamandikiya, he says, Susrusha leads to Tattvajnanam. It leads to a pure intellect. Susrusha leads to the listen or the intent to listen properly. It leads to Dhigunam. How so? This is what Kamandikiya says. Susrusha sravanam cheva grahanam dharanam tatha uha poho artha vijnanam tattvajnanam cha digunaha. Susrusha means attendance. Merely attending continuously. Attending means listening with intent. So that will lead you, that Susrusha will lead you to Guru Mukhat Shastra Vakya Sravanam. Susrusha will lead you to Sravanam. And Sravanam means Tattvarya Grahanam, understanding the meaning, inner meaning of the passages. If you read a book, you won't get the inner meaning of the passages. That has to be listened from a Guru's mouth. Then you will have Sravanam. So Susrusha can lead one to Sravanam. And Sravanam will lead you to Artha Grahanam. You understand or receive the meaning of the Shastram or the words. Merely words are Shastram. The Veda Vakyam itself is, the Upanishad Vakyam itself is Shastram. So that leads to Grahanam. And after Grahanam, Dharanam. Dharanam means holding, meaning not memorizing, but having the ability to recall it when you need it. That is called as Dharanam. And this will lead to Uham. Uham means inference. Not all the minute details will be revealed by Shastra. Those things you have to do Uham. Uham means inference. You have to infer by finding the nitty-gritty facts of the Shastram by analyzing mentally. Then Apoham. Apoham means removal. Removal of your old notions, of your Viparita Bhavanas. Whatever you have understood wrongly, those has to be corrected. Then Vijnanam. You will get the wisdom or actualization of the facts which are told by the Guru. This is called Tattvajnanam. All this happens only because of Susrusha in the beginning. That's why Susrusha is very important. So that was the verse from Kamandikiya. Susrusha sravanam cheva grahanam dharanam tatha uha poho artha vijnanam tattvajnanam cha digunaha. And also in the Manusmriti, in the 2nd chapter, verse number 112, he again says that the teacher should not teach to a student who does not have Susrusha. This is what Manu says in Manusmriti. Dharmartho yatra nasyatam. Where there is no dharma or artha. Artha means prayojanam. Susrusha vapi tadvidha. And where there is no Susrusha or attendance or listening with attention, Tatra vidya navaptavya shubham bijam ivoshare. There, vidya na vaptavya. one should not offer the Shastra Jnanam. How? He gives an example. Shubham Bijam Iva Ushare. Usharam means a barren land. Ushara Desham. Ushara Desham means a desert. So nobody would go and Shubham Bijam, put a good seed on a deserted place. Why? Because that seed will be wasted. Similarly, for a Vidyarthi who does not have Susrusha, Vidya should not be given. That is what Manu says. So because of this Susrusha, the Shaunaka is saying that teaches the nature of Bhagavan, of the avatars. That is the verse we are going to handle today. This is the 13th verse of the first chapter. So what is the verse? Let us look into it. Tanna susrushamananam arhasyanganuvarnitum yasyavataro bhutanam kshemaya cha bhavaya cha. That is the verse. And the padacheda would be tat naha susrushamananam arhasi anga anuvarnitum yasya avataraha bhutanam kshemaya cha bhavaya cha. The word meaning would be tat means those means those avatars. Naha means asmakam, for us. So unto us narrate those avatars. Why? Susrushamananam. Because we are here in attendance. We have the intention to listen to you. Arhasi, you ought to do that. Anga, O son, O Suta, because Shaunaka is older to this Suta Pauranika. And then Anuvarnitum. Varnitum means to explain clearly. Anuvarnitum means, Anu means following. Following what? Following the Sampradaya. Exactly like your Guru taught you, so also you teach it to us. Yasya, whose means Krishna's, avataraha, the incarnations, bhutanam, of all the living creatures, kshemaya, for protection, bhavaya cha, and for attaining good. So in order to attain good and protection, reveal us the avatars of Krishna. So here the most important word is Susrusha. Susrusha, as I said earlier, is called as Srotam Ichha, the desire to listen. In the 18th chapter, the 67th verse of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also says this to Arjuna. I have taught you the entire Bhagavad Gita, but when it comes to your turn, don't teach to a person who does not have the following qualities. The main quality Krishna says is Susrusha. But what is the verse, 67th verse of 18th chapter? Idam tena tapaskaya nabhaktaya kadajana nacha asusrushave vachyam nacha mam yo abhyasuyati. Idam shastram, idam Gita shastram, this shastram, te tava hitaya maya uktam. I had told you for your hitam, your well-being. What is the well-being? Samsara vichittaye, in order to remove the fear of repeated death and birth. That is called samsara vichittihi. Idam shastram, such a shastram, Gita shastram, atapaskaya navachyam. Never give it to a person who is a tapaska, a person who does not have tapas. What is tapas? Indriya nigraham. So don't give it to a person if he doesn't do tapas, number one. Number two, abhaktaya navachyam, bhakti rahidaya kadajit kasyanjana avasthayam navachyam. Don't give it to a person who is bhakti rahita, who does not have bhakti. So a person has to be a bhakta, a person has to be a tapasvi. Bhaktaha tapasvi apissan, even if he is a bhakta and a tapasvi, asrushuhu yo bhavati tasya navachyam, even if he has devotion and tapas. But if he does not have the intent, a deep desire to understand the shastram, if he does not have interest, then don't teach him. Nachamam yo vasudevam prakrutam manushyam matva abhyasuyati. And who can be jealous of Sri Krishna? Whoever thinks that Krishna is born in a human frame, who thinks that he is born to Vasudeva, for such a person there won't be any bhakti. Such a person is called abhyasuyati, a person who has got asuya towards Bhagavan, and don't teach him. Why? Because Atma Prashamsadi Dosha Adhyaropena Ishwaratvam Mam Ajanan Nasahate. Because he is too puffed up with his own ego, he is not able to accept Bhagavan as the Sarvantaryami and Sarvatma. As a result, he cannot nasahate, he cannot tolerate even the name of Krishna, because he considered Krishna as a person in a human frame. Such a person is called Abhyasuyati, a person who is jealous, and don't give this knowledge to him. Asavapi ayogyaha, tasme api navachyam. Then whom should be taught? Shankara quotes the Yaska Nirukti, 2nd chapter, 1st verse. Medhavine tapasvineva. That's what Yaska says. So this Shastram should be taught to a person who is tapasvi, who does tapas, or who has got Indriya Nigraha, and who is also a Medhavi. Medhavi means one who has got the power of retention. If he is going to ask the same question again and again, then there is no point in moving further. So Anayoho Vigalpa Darshanat Susrusha Abhyuktaya Tapasvine Tadyuktaya Medhavine Vachyam. So that is the conclusion. That's what Shankara says. Susrusha Bhakti Yuktaya Tapasvine Navachyam. So if he is a Tapasvi, he is a Bhakta, he is a Medhavi, but if he does not have Susrusha, don't tell him. So what is the conclusion? Bhagavati Asuya Yuktaya Samasta Gunavatepi, even if he has got the entire qualities, but if he does not have Susrusha, Guru Susrusha Bhaktimate Eva Vachyam, a person who has got intent to listen, that is called Susrusha and Bhaktiman. Only for such a person, this Shastram should be taught. Idi Shastra Sampradaya Vidhi. That is the tradition. That is how it is taught. That is why this Shaunaka is saying to Suta, Hey Anga, though you are younger to me, Hey Suta, Anuvarnayatum Arhasi, you need to teach this to us. Why? Because Susrushavaha, we have the intent to listen. And not only for our sake, for the future. Bhutanam Kshemaya Bhavaya Cha. Only this is going to cause Kshemam for the Bhutas. What is Kshemam? Kshemam means Praptasya Paripalanam. You already have got a human birth. You also have got Muksha. And in order to maintain all this, in order to get the optimum use of this Viveka Yuktam Manavam Janma, you need Kshemam. And that Kshemam can only be provided by this Avataras, Avatara Kathas. Hence teaches this secret of Avataras, because we are Susrushus, and because also this can be Kshemam and Bhavam for the future generation, for all the Bhutas. That is the meaning of the sloka. So what was the sloka? Tannas Susrushamananam Arhasyanganuvarnitum Yasyavataro Bhutanam Kshemaya cha Bhavaya cha. That is the 13th verse. The next verse is the 14th verse, which is Apannas samsmritim ghoram yannama vivasho granan tatas sadyo vimuchyeta idbibhedi swayam bhayam. The Padacheda is Apannaha samsmritim ghoram yat nama vivashaha grinan tataha sadyaha vimuchyeta yat bibhedi swayam bhayam. Apannaha means one who is entangled in fear, in bhayam. Samsmritim means in samsara. So one who is entangled in the samsara bhaya. Ghoram, why? Because it is fierce. Yat nama, whose name, meaning Hari's name. Vivashaha, one who is not in his own vasha, meaning one who is unconscious. Grinan, by taking. So one who takes this Harinama even though not conscious of Hari, Tataha, after that taking the name, from that fear, Sadyaha, immediately, Vimuchyeta, he becomes free. Because Yat Bhihi Api, even fear itself, Swayam, personally, Bibhedi, is afraid of the name of Bhagavan. So by taking Hari's name, one's fear becomes less. Now let us see what is the cause of this fear. This is what the Yajurveda says, the Taittiriya Upanishad, the second Valli. Yada Hesha Edasmin Adrishye Anatmye Anirukte Anilene Abhayam Pradishtam Vindate Adaso Bhayam Gato Bhavati. Yada Hyevaisha Edasmin Udaramantaram Kurute Atatasya Bhayam Bhavati Tatveva Bhayam Buddhisho Manvanasya Tadapyesha Sloko Bhavati. So in this mantra, the first part talks about how one is fearless, and the second part talks how one becomes fearful. This is the anatomy of fear. This is how people become afraid. That's what is explained in this mantra. So the beginning part is Abhayam Pradishtham Vindade. Abhayam, a person is Bhayarahita. A sadhaka does not have any Bhayam. Why? Pradishtham Vindade. Because he is established. Pradishtha means being firm. That is the meaning of Pradishtha. If it is wobbly, then it is not Pratishtita. It is Apradishtita. So Pradishtha means that which is firm. Abhayam Pradishtham Vindade. One becomes firmly, when one is firmly established in himself, Saha Abhayam Vindade. Then he is fearless. So that means what? Athaso Abhayam Gato Bhavati. That is the reason why one is fearless. Whenever one is not able to contain oneself in oneself, then he is going to be afraid of something. So here the word pratishtha means firmness. Firmness means atma bhavam. So there are two kinds of states for a person. Either one can be established in oneself. This is called atma bhava. Or he can be established outside himself. If you are thoughtless, free from thoughts, enjoying yourself, comfortable in your own skin, that means you have got Atma Sthiti. This is called Atma Bhava. But when you are not able to enjoy yourself, you want to seek some pleasure because you are bored. You are not able to contain your Swarupam. That means you have a pressure, inner pressure to get out. That is called as Anatma Bhavam. So in Atma Bhava, you always have got Pratishtha. Atha tada saha tasmin nanatvasya bhayahetoho avidyakritasya adarsanat abhayam gato bhavati. That's the meaning. So when a person is established in Atma Bhava, he is fearless. But if he is not able to be in Atma Bhava, then he attains Anatma Bhava. What is the problem with Anatma Bhava? Anatma Bhava is Nanatvasya Bhayahetuhu. The reason why you are going into Anatma is because of Avidya. And this Avidya comes as a package. Whenever you get Avidya, you also get Bhayadarshana Hetu. You have several reasons for fear around you. Swarupa Pradishto Hyaso Yada Bhavati. But if you are able to sit in your Swarupam, Tada Tasya Bhayam Na Bhavati. Why? There itself he says that in the beginning of the mantra. Edasmin Adirshye Anatmye Anurukte Analene Abhayam Pradishtham Vindati. Means Tada Tatra Na Anyat Pasyati Na Anyat Shrunoti Na Anyat Pasyati. He does not see anything different from him. Na Anyat Shrunoti. He does not hear anything other than himself. Na Anyat Vijanati. He does not understand or perceive anything outside the Atma. So whenever you start perceiving the other thing, that is when the fear begins. This is what he says. How the fear begins. That is the second part. Anyasya hi anyataha bhayam bhavati. Whenever you see a second thing, then the bhayam starts. Na atmaneva atmano bhayam yuktam. If you are all by yourself, if the Atma is sitting with Atma, nobody says, I am afraid of myself. Nobody says that. Always the fear is caused by another object. Tasmat atmaiva atmanaha abhayakaranam. So Atma alone is abhayakaranam, is the cause of fearlessness. Sarvadohi nirbhayaha brahmanaha drishyante satsu bhayahetushu. How do you know that? You know that people who are brahmanas, who are brahmajnanis, who are established in Brahman, who are established in their own self, They seem not to be afraid of anything at all. Tasmat tesham abhay darshanat. So you have an example of this Brahman realized souls who are not afraid. Tad abhay karanam Brahma. So you can understand the reason for a Brahmin to be fearless is Brahma. It's Brahma Jnanam. That is why he calls it as Abhayam. So the next question would be, Kada aso abhayangado bhavati? When does he attain, the sadhaka attain that state? Yada na anyat pashyati atmanicha antaram bhedam na kurute. That is what the mantra said. What was the mantra? Yada hyevaisha edasmin udaram antaram kurute athatasya bhayam bhavati. So whenever he does antaram, antaram means bhedam, tat kurute tat bhayam bhavati. So what is the meaning of that? Yada punaha avidyavasthayam hi yasmat eshaha avidyavan. So in the state of ignorance, when he becomes an avidyavan, avidyaya pratyupasthapitam vastu. This avidya, or the ignorance of one's own self, it creates a situation. That is the power of avidya. That is the power of maya. Pratyupasthapitam vastu. It can always create an object of fear. And an example is given here. Taimirika dvitiya chandravat pashyati atmani. Timira means netra dosham. So when you have a faulty eyesight, instead of one moon, you can see two moons. If you put your finger underneath your eye and pull it, you can see instead of one moon, there will be two moons. In reality, there are no two moons. There is only one moon. But because of the fault in the eyesight, that is called Taimirikam. Timiram. Timiram means faulty eyesight. Taimirika dvitiya chandravat atmani bhedam pashyati. In one atma, this person sees a bhedam. Edasmin brahmani. Uta api, even a little bit, aram, alpam api. Antaram means chidram. Bheda darshanam tat kurute. Tat bheda darshanam eva bhaya karanam. That seeing of the difference in one atma is the reason for all the fears. Alpam api bhedam tasmat atmaiva atmano bhaya karanam avidushaha. So for an avidwan, for a person who does not know atma, this is the reason why he becomes afraid of this samsara. Ishvaraha anyaha mattaha aham anyaha samsari. Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. That is the Vishnu of Shastram. But he does not agree with Krishna's word. He says, Ishvaraha anyaha. There is something else called Vasudeva and I am different. And when you see this Bhedam, when you don't see that everything is Vasudeva, then that creates Bhayam. That person who creates this Bhayam is called a Samsari. Samsari Tyevam Vidushaha Bheda Drishtim Isharakyam. Tadeva alpamapi antaram kurvataha bhayam bhavati. Ekatvena amanvanasya. Because ekatvam, unity, amanvanasya. He does not care for. He does not understand unity. Hence he becomes, even though he is well read in the Vedas, tasmad vidwan api avidwan aso. Even though he knows the Vedic passages by heart, but still because he has not assimilated this unity, assimilated this idea that all that exists here is Vasudeva. There is nothing other than Vasudeva. Antastham yasya vishwam tribhuvana vabusham. The entire body of this, the entire Jagat is Vishnu's body. One who has not assimilated this fact, even though he is a Vidwan, still Avidwaneva. Yoyam eka bhinnam atmatattvam na pashyati. Who is not able to see that himself is not different from this one Atma Tattvam. That is the reason why people are afraid. And to get, when you are in this state of this fear of samsara, such a person is called apannaha. That's what he says, apannaha. Apannaha means having attained. Bhayam of what? Samsmritim. Of the samsara. The repeated becoming. So it is not an easy task. Living your soul, living your Atma Bhava and becoming the world. That is not a very easy thing. Each time you have this project of attaining something, that is called samsara. And each time you are riddled with fear. That state is called as apanna samsmritim. That is why he says Goram. It's very fierce because it can cause a lot of fear. For such a person, taking Sri Krishna's nama, yet namaha, yet namnaha, from Sri Krishna's name, bhayam api swayam bibheti. Bhayam also is afraid of this Sri Krishna's nama. Bhayam also is the name of Yama Kinkara. So the fear of death or the assistant of death, his name is Bhayanama. Even that Bhaya, the assistant of death, is afraid of Krishna's name. If you take Krishna's name, even he runs away. That is the meaning of Bhirapi yad bibeti. Why is Krishna's name so important? Because Krishnasya nama sarva avataritvad. All the avatars are sourced from this Sri Krishna nama. Krishna means pure Ananda, pure Brahman, Purna Avatara. So all the other names are sourced from this Krishna Ityakshara Dvayam. Hence, Sri Krishna Avatara is the source of all avatars. That is why he is particularly asking to reveal the avatara of Sri Krishna. Swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahisha go brahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukino bhavantu sarve bhavantu suginah sarve santu niramaya सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति।